from the news department of the Liberia Broadcasting System in Painesville. Good afternoon and a pleasant welcome to Newsline, 30 minutes of major news events all about Liberia and the rest of the world. Today is Monday, May 20, 2024. I'm Alpha Rogers anchoring. In the headlines this afternoon, government defends 75% achievement in its 100-day deliverables. Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire pledged to strengthen cooperation in key sectors, including diplomacy, security, education, among others. Agriculture Ministry begins first leg of nationwide assessment tour in northern Liberia, central Liberia, beginning with Lofa County. And away from home, South Africa's highest court bars former President Jacob Zuma from running for parliament in next week's general elections. Details of these interesting stories plus more, including Newsline Sports, all coming up right after the news bulletin read by Emmanuel Colley.
Government has defended its report of 74% achievement in President Joseph Boakar's 100-day deliverables. This latest report contradicted earlier report by the National Youth Movement for Transparency Elections that government achieved 8% on its deliverables. Deputy Information Minister for Technical Services Daniel Sano and Assistant Minister for Information Services Matthew Nimpler said the government's report is clear, realistic, and visible to the public. Minister Sano Yemplo said the government was able to deliver on its commitment towards the realization of major priority areas, including road rehabilitation across the country. They also named the incorporation 10,000 youth into its ICT study, completion of agriculture census data collection, and the National Agriculture Plan as some of the achievements on the government 100-day deliverables. Liberia and Cote d'Ivoire have pledged to strengthen collaboration in the areas of diplomacy, security, education, infrastructure, agriculture, trade, and youth development, among others. Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti and Ivorian Foreign Minister for African Integration Leon Adon made a commitment at the 7th section of the Joint Ivorian-Liberian Cooperation Commission in Abidjan. A foreign ministry said the Liberian and Ivorian foreign ministers also reiterated their country's commitments to realizing and revitalizing the Man River Union to reinforce economic integration. The two ministers also hailed the excellent relationship between both countries and reaffirmed their shared desire to work together to reinforcing such relations for the well-being of their respective peoples. During her stay in Cote d'Ivoire, Foreign Minister Sarah Besloyanti received an audience by Ivorian President Alassane Ouattara, to whom she transmitted a message of friendship from President Joseph Boakai. The Agriculture Ministry has begun the first leg of nationwide assessment tour in northern central Liberia, beginning with Lofa County. The tour is aimed at gathering first-hand information from farmers across the country on their needs and challenges to inform short-term technical and policy interventions. According to Release, Agriculture Minister Alexander Nutai, accompanied by FAO country representative to Liberia Bentia Steven Chikaya, visited several farms and held series of engagements with local farmers from cooperative groups in Foya and Vanjaman districts. During the engagement forums, Dr. Nutai announced critical initiatives by the ministry, including improved farming techniques, provision of improved variety of seeds, and financial assistance, among others. LBS's Deputy Director General for Media Services Hassan Kiewu is urging Liberian journalists to remain professional in the discharge of their reportorial duties. Mr. Kiewu says professionalism is a recipe for making the Liberian media more viable. He wants media practitioners to be cautious of spreading misinformation and disinformation to the public. The LBS Deputy Director General for Media Services is at the same time urging journalists to hold the public officials accountable. Mr. Kiao made a sessions over the weekend in Grand Kidmont County at the 14th anniversary celebration of Radio Kidmont in the county. Internal Audit Agency VRAA wants financial support to put in stringent measures that will help in preventing fraud in government. RAA Director General David Kima said Liberia needs to direct its focus on investing in ways to prevent fraud and other forms of corruption. He said Liberia will stand together in a chance of mitigating the opportunities for fraud and abuse to occur if serious control measures are practiced.
If we can strengthen the controls, put in the necessary internal controls, assess the risks, and take risk mitigation measures that will minimize the opportunity for fraud to occur, it's much cheaper.
Mr. Kima was speaking Monday at the RAA headquarters at the start of a 9-day capacity training for more than 200 internal auditors. He said capacity building training is part of continual education at the RAA, aimed at equipping all internal auditors, heads of functions, and support auditors, among others. Police in Bapolo County are investigating a 40-year-old man, Gina Harris, for allegedly raping the affected 3-year-old man. Suspect Harris allegedly committed the act over the weekend at a local farm belonging to the victim's murderer, Jabba Fole. Banan Jabba Fole told our correspondent that she noticed her child was bleeding profusely after the act was committed, allegedly. Medical reports from the Emirates Hospital in the county has confirmed that a little child was tampered with. Our correspondent calls the child's mother calling on the government, humanitarian, and civil society organizations to come to her aid. Meanwhile, the suspect is currently in police custody awaiting court trial. And massive preparations are continuing ahead of the official launch of the public lecture program in honor of fallen UL Professor Dr. Amos Sawyer shortly. The event is being organized by the Amos C. Sawyer College of Science, Social Sciences and Humanities in collaboration with this educational foundation. The organizing chair of the event and dean of the college, Dr. Josephus Gray, said the annual public lecture is intended to advance the woes and ideals of the late Professor Sawyer.
Emmanuel will be back a little later. That's when you listen to the international news. This is the Newsline on ELBC video. One of the big stories we follow in Agriculture Ministry begins first leg of nationwide assessment tour in northern central Liberia, beginning with Lofa County. Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission has launched a major anti-corruption awareness campaign targeting 5 counties. The counties are Nimba, Grand Bassa, Montserrado, Bomi, and Grand Jide. Frederick Tigwia reports.
The anti-corruption awareness is being carried out under the Strengthening the Rule of Law project funded by the government